Now, let's simplify the expertise system. Now, the expertise system is a new system that gives you additional armor on the gear and weapon damage on the weapons, okay? But the way that you have to do it, um, there are three stages to it. Stage number one, the weapon. Let me see if I can find a weapon here. This weapon is not leveled up, okay? So the first thing is proficiency. When you first equip a weapon, when you first start the whole thing, you're going to see a proficiency bar progress. If you equip, like for example, this burnout here, this burnout, it doesn't have any expertise levels onto it. It only has proficiency. That's it. So there is proficiency and then there is expertise. Expertise is what gives you the extra damage, but you cannot apply expertise until you first finish the proficiency. So you have to level up the proficiency to level 10. Once it's level 10, instead of having that bar, that progress bar, all you have is just what I have right now. Just the word proficiency and a little shield with a star in the center. Do you see that on the right side? You see that little shield and then the word proficient? That means that this weapon is already done. I'm leveled up with the proficiency. Once you level 10 proficiency, it will just say proficient. Once it says that, then you have the ability to start stacking levels of expertise. Now, those levels of expertise is what's going to start giving you the additional damage, kind of like this gun here. Look, this gun, instead of saying proficient, it says weapon damage 15%. You see that? That's because I have 15 levels of expertise into it, 1% every level. So you'll be asking, well, how do I do that? Well, oh crap. Okay. Um, there are two ways. Way level 1 for leveling up the proficiency is to simply equip the weapon and just go out there and have fun and just use the weapon. That's it. You will eventually get enough expertise every time that you level up. You keep on leveling up the little bar, right? To proficiency level 1 and then level 2 and all the way to level 10. But that can be quite slow. That could take you forever. Well, there is another way to level up the proficiency, and that is to go to the um, to the bench, the proficiency bench. You know, the recalibration table is the same one. Just say it's that lady. Let's go to that lady. We're right here. She's right here. Look,
Anything I can do for you?
Emma Richard. She's the same lady that works on the expertise part of it. So the way number two to level up the proficiency is to just come in here and then find the gun that you want to level up. And once you find it, click on it. You will have an option to donate materials. The materials that you can donate will be like ceramics or printer filaments, things like that. So you can give up the materials that you have been farming in order to level up the things, but it will take a lot of materials. What I found is that the printer filaments are the ones that give you the best progress to leveling up these things. And that's exactly how I leveled them up. What I did, because I'm high level, I'm almost level 15,000. So my watch, when I will go into my inventory, my watch has a lot of scavenging materials. I will just simply come over here and then spend them on the printer filaments. Just go like this, bam, and start getting a whole bunch of them like that. Well, you can only do that for so long before you run out of rewards, right? I only have 1,000 left. Well, 1100, 1107. So what I had to do was that as soon as I ran out of materials, I will start another character. How many characters do you have? You see, every character that you have has the same SHD level. The SHD level that you have, it is not tied to your character, it's tied to your account. So if you were to start a brand new character, and instead of starting at level 1, just go directly into Warlords of New York, the game will give you automatically a level 30 character. From that point on, you can just speedrun all your way to level 40. So from level 30 to level 40, only 10 levels, as opposed to getting the other ones. And once you get access to your SHD watch, you will have access to all of these SHD points all over again. So I had to do that a couple of times in order to have enough printer filaments to come in here and to level up every single marksman rifle, an assault rifle, an SMG, and every specialization, and every piece of armor, and every skill, every single one. And once you do that with every single one, you will have proficiency in, there's 351. Do you see that? And I am proficient with all of them. 351 out of 351. And what do you want to do all of them? Well, you see, every single one that you level up starts to increase your, you have your own expertise level. That's the phase 3. My expertise level is 21. You see that in that big circle? Every time that I start leveling up a rifle, that little circle will start to fill up a bit more and more and more until it fills up completely and it pulls me over to the next level. And why is that important? Well, that is important because you can only level up the proficiency on a gun as many times as your expertise level is. So if your expertise level is only level 2, when you go to level up the gun, like let's just say I want to level up this Baker's dozen, I want to get to the next level, it will not let me go to level 3 because the limit, you have a cap limit of only, if my expertise level was only level 2, then that's as far as I can go. Just 2% of weapon damage, that's it. But because my current expertise level is level 21, that means I can level this weapon all the way up to level 21. Is it still worth it to level it up all skills to level 10? I think so. Level 10 is where it will not ask you for any exotic components. And this is why I was doing that grind. Because once you get to level 10, if I want to go past level 10, I am forced to use, look at this. Look at this weapon. It's asking me for weapon components, for steel, and those, what's the golf clubs? Those things look like golf clubs. But it's not asking me for any exotics. So you can level up to level 2, and there you go. That's a 2% increase. Level 3, all the way to level 5, and then that's where it starts to get harder. So it's just asking me for normal materials, level 4 and level 5. But at level 5, it starts to get harder because now it's asking me for normal materials, but now it's asking me for something that is very rare to get, which is those flags, which are control point material. Those are much harder to get by. So from level 5 to level 10, it's going to ask me for those flags. So we go to level 10. Look, 1% every time. So this weapon is getting stronger and stronger. Look at what the total damage, the base damage of it. Look, it's at 511.6, right? Go to the next level, and it goes from 511 to 513.6. And just 1% at a time. 1%, 1%, 1%. Now we're level 10. But look at what happened now. Now it's asking for even harder materials because now it's asking for the flags, but now it's asking for the clipboards also. The clipboards are really fucking tough to get because you can only get a few per week if you go to the projects, right? You can get some clipboards if you actually do countdown, but most of my clipboards I have gotten them from just my expertise, the not the expertise, the scavenging levels that I have. But now it's asking me for those diamonds. Look, those diamonds, that is exotic components. The only way to get those is to actually crack down exotics in order to turn them into exotic components. Sometimes the developers will give you some exotic, like for example for Christmas. For Christmas, there were a couple of times in which they gave you exotic components as a Christmas gift. But normally, the only way you get that is by breaking down exotics so you can have that. So as you can see, it can be quite expensive. And my recommendation is that you level them up to level 15. Level up the weapons to level 15 and level up the armor to level 11. Why level 11? Because level 11 is as far as you go before it starts to ask for exotic components. And our experience has been that where you go for it, like for example, this mask, it says 11% armor. Wow, that's 11% out of my armor is 805,000. I get another percent out of 805,000. That'll be a huge difference. But no, that's not how it works. The 1% is not based on what your total armor is. It's based on what the armor is for the mask. If you take a look in the upper right corner where it says Coyote Mask, and it says below it says exotic, and below that it says the armor value. It says 80,000. So when you go for 1% extra armor, is 1% based on that little number. So that's 1% of 80,000. All of a sudden doesn't seem that great of a deal now anymore, does it? Well, that's why I suggest that you level them up to level 11 just before it starts asking you for exotics. And you're going to concentrate your exotics on leveling up your weapons first. Once you have done all your weapons and you have nothing left to do, then you start leveling up the armor. And only then. That will be my recommendation anyway. Now, my armor is level 11. My weapons are level 15. Why level 15? Because at level 10, it doesn't ask any exotic components. So you can go fast all the way to level 10. But from level 10 to level 21, that's where it starts getting much harder. It starts to ask you for exotics. And the thing is that it keeps on asking you for one more exotic every time that you level up to the next level. So from level 10 to level 11, it will ask you for one exotic component. From level 11 to level 12, it will ask you for two, and then three, and then four, and then five. Well, if you notice, the expertise level before the maximum used to be level 20. So to go from level 10 to level 15, it will cost you 15 exotics to get there. So 15 exotics to get 5% of that extra damage. 15 for 5%. But for the other 5%, to go from level 15 to level 20, it will be 40 exotics. So the first 5%, 15 exotics. The next 5%, 40 exotics. So I decided to just go to level 15 with most of my weapons. There are some exceptions. There's some weapons on my main character that are level 20. There are some, like for example, my turret. There's my turret and my drone are both level 20s. Um, there's different, like the Striker drone is level 20. Does it say? It's there. Expertise is level 20. But you notice that every single version of the drone has its own it has its own leveling of expertise. Like this Defender drone is only level 10. This Bomber drone is level 0. Well, it's only proficient. That's it. You see that? So my recommendation is that whatever you're using the most, whatever you're in love, if you have a weapon that you're absolutely in love and you use it for almost every build, then yeah, sure, go to level 20. But wait, 20 is not the maximum. 21 is the maximum. So why not go 21? That's because to go from level 20 to 21 to get that extra 1% of extra damage, instead of costing you, if you take a look at the pattern of the exotic that it requires, it's been asking you for one more exotic per level, right? So from level 11, it will ask you for one exotic, 12, 2, 13, 3, 14, 17 is 7, 19 is 9, and 20 is 10. So 10 exotics to go for level 20. But for 21, instead of asking for 11 exotics, like logic says, that's the pattern, it doesn't ask for 11. It asks for 20. So you go from asking for 10 exotics for level 20 to asking, look, look at this. Look at my turret for assault turret. Look at what he wants. To go from level 20 to 21, he wants 20 exotics. So is it worth it? Is it worth it to go 20 exotics for 1% extra damage when you have so many other weapons to level up? Weapons and gear, and to me it's not worth it going to level 21 unless a very particular situation. If for example this gun that I have were to be hidden for just shy of killing an enemy in one shot, uh, like an elite enemy. If this gun, this Diamondback gun, were to be doing 4.9999 damage, and I know that the elite is going to die at 5.0, and if I were to go one more percent, will get me from having to two-shot somebody to just one-shot somebody. That is the only exception where I will be willing to go to 21, because now it has saved me time, it has saved me an extra bullet. It's completely worth it to do it. But that's it. Those are the only exceptions. Anyway,